Those 1890 customer Coleman. Detailed video. First off, I'll start with a house that was made in the 60s, 62 specifically. Customer is going to have a contract to go ahead and remove the existing cabinets. You can see the current layout right now. Got a Peninsula coming out. There are a couple things that are going to be changing. There's going to be a gas range. It's going to be in this area. This cased opening is going to be extended out this way. This door will be closed in, and this cased opening will be opened up this way. Peninsula is going to stay, even though it's going to be coming out further because of the extended wall. And the cabinets here are going to be eliminated entirely. The good thing is that based on our measurements for the sink, where the plumbing is, the sink location, the design is going to work just fine. In the original drawing, the measurements from here to the corner and from here to the corner are what the drawing is based off of. Now you can see that that extends past the molding about a ½ an inch or so. So if we actually go based on your current design, that'll give us a good amount of spacing. Even though they're going to replace this molding, plenty of spacing here to make things balanced on either side, because we'll have 24 inches from the corner there with an easy reach corner cabinet. We can go ahead and balance that over here with the cabinet to the left of the window. So that's good, very good. The fridge is going to stay in this general area. It is actually going to be moving over a bit. We're going to have an 18-inch utility or pantry cabinet here. Now, the utility cabinet in the current design does not have any kind of filler to the right. We do have a filler that's going to be to the left of the, so it's going to be utility cabinet, cabinet over the fridge, end panel, refrigerator end panel, and then the cabinets on the wall. So we have 3-inch spacing, including the refrigerator end panel and a filler. It'd be good for us to go ahead and put an inch of that filler here between the utility pantry cabinet and the wall, so we can go ahead and put scribe molding in so the doors function properly. So if we can take an inch, we can do 3/4, but at least an inch from the 3-inch space over here that includes the dishwasher end panel. So we'll just trim that filler next to the end panel down a little bit. That'll help us with spacing here. But the run on this wall is good. We ended up with 127 3/8 from this corner to this corner. From this corner to the molding here, because that'll be closed there, is going to be 56 inches. Now, I do have this dimension here from there to here, but that's not going to matter. What is going to matter is that they're going to have 10 inches of overhang. If we use this as an example, they have 10 inches of overhang now on the Peninsula. They're going to do the same on the Peninsula. It's going to be moved out in this area. And so they're going to need, let's see here, 176 inches and 1/8. That's how far out this will need to come. That actually, 176 and 1/8 includes the molding, so that the 10-inch overhang can come up to the molding but not touch it, and that'll allow 1/4 inch of space. So as long as we have, that's our finished with molding dimension of this wall, we're all set. I've got the center of the outlets in my drawing. We have a double box here. The center of that is at 11 3/8 inch from the corner, from that corner. From this corner to that outlet, we've got 84 3/8 inch. We're good as far as the design for the dishwasher location, even though it's moved a little bit over. It's 77 inches to the center of the existing dishwasher, so we should be good as far as the outlet behind there. If I didn't mention, the outlet behind the refrigerator is in a good location for the new design, so that'll allow the fridge to move over to the right a little bit and still be good there. This is actually, this is actually plugged in here. The wires run through the cabinet, so nothing needs to be modified in this location. Because of the gas range going here, the customer is going to have the contract go ahead and remove the electrical for this stove and to go ahead and add a standard outlet behind the stove to plug its electrical functions in. here we have under the sink, you can see the water line that's going to the ice maker. Recommend the customer before we come to go ahead and have a valve, standard valve for behind the refrigerator to be installed in the wall, so they don't have to run this line all the way through. Not to mention it's coming off a saddle valve, so those can be unreliable. Again, location of the plumbing is fine for the design. I did recommend, because they've got CPVC here supplying the hot and cold, I did recommend going ahead and have the plumber stub those out and cap them. So when we go ahead and do the install, it'll be really easy rather than having to go over the valves, because the valves most likely need replaced anyway, just their age, they probably won't hold tight. I said if the plumber recommends going ahead and replacing the CPVC with another material like PEX, that'd be great, but leave that up to their discussion with the plumber. I did go over those options with them so they can get that taken care of. The light over the sink is going to be taken out. A pendant light will be put in place, so we won't need any kind of soffit detail or anything like that, or valance detail, I mean. You see these go all the way up to the ceiling, but the customer does have crown molding that goes all the way to the ceiling. It's a standard 8-foot ceiling. It's actually 8.5, but they're going to put down a flooring that is not natural hardwood. It's going to be some kind of like luxury vinyl or like a composite with real wood on top, like a click together, glue down. She does not know exactly what product it's going to be. So if we allow for the thickness of some new flooring, again with 8 foot and 8 foot, ½ inch, or 96.5 specifically, what I recommend to the customer she's good with is that we don't, that we have the cabinets come no higher, or in this case, the crown on top of the cabinets no higher than 93 inches. So the crown will terminate right before it touches their crown. So they can have their crown all the way around and their cabinets come up to it. This will help eliminate the kind of gapping that you see at the ceiling if it went all the way up. So having several inches above the cabinet will make that less noticeable or not noticeable at all, and also not interfere with our crown, because it's hard to get a really good clean cut there, as you can see. And so we'll want to modify the height of the cabinets from, I think you have 39 inches here, down to a lower dimension to allow for whatever style crown the customer chooses. So we can, again, the top of the crown no higher than 93 inches. Okay. I did talk to them about the range hood is going to be in this zone, because the range is going to be about right here. Talking about doing a recirculating option with that range, so they don't have to go up through the roof with that. Let's see what else. I did mention if they do under cabinet lights, to go ahead and have it wired with pigtails coming out before we come back, so we can go ahead and just pull the pigtails through the bottom of the cabinets. That would be, if the customer decides to go with under cabinet lighting, it'd be good to talk to the customer about light rail detail to really enhance the look and the function of that. The other thing is, because they're extending this wall, I talked to her about adding additional outlets to the wall itself. Now, I did talk about if she is going to have any outlets in the back of the cabinet here. On this side, she's undecided. So you'll want to get with the customer and see if that's what she ends up doing with her contractor, so we can make sure there's a switch installation in the actual contract. Okay, so we should be good. With the 10-inch overhang, the only other thing to consider, because again, I give you that 173 and change dimension on this wall based on the 10-inch overhang. Not sticking out past it, so coming into the wall. Now, if the customer goes with something over 10 inches, then of course she'll want to have her contractor extend that even further. Her main concern or desire is to have bar stools to fit up underneath here. 10 inches should be good, but it's good to talk about if a longer run is better. And at that point, we would need to be contracted to add some braces under the cabinet with a strong back wall to make sure that extra overhang is taken care of. Okay, so that should take care of our detail video there. Last thing, actually, this guy right here, I've given you the dimensions for this. It shouldn't interfere with anything we've got going on, because again, this peninsula is being moved out, if anything. Yes, I was going to say, the existing cabinets here are 10 inches in from where the new ones will be. So 10 inches that way. And we've got where the countertop overhang will end and the wall. Now this cased opening is going to be opened up quite a bit, but just consider if things stayed the way they are, you'd have a 43 inches from this wall to the edge of the new countertop with your current design. So just something to consider there. All right, if you have any questions, please contact Wayne. Again, everything's going to be listed in the drawing that we submit to you. Thank you very much.